to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and tonight we're talking boobs. Yeah, they're the tits. I mean, they are, hold on, up here, eyes up here. Come on, cameraman. There we go. They are a great source of nutrition for new life. They are a source of confidence, and of course, they are a pleasure zone. We love the boobs, don't we? And we've got the breast doc, the breast friend, and a breastie to discuss. Let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
All right, let's talk boobs with my breast friends. We've got the breast doc, Dr. Kriti Mohan, back in the building.
Thank you for having
Thanks
me.
for coming, boo. And we've got the breast friend, Julissa Brown.
Hello, glad to be here.
And we've got the breastie, Veronica Long.
So excited.
Yes. All right, I feel like everyone loves boobs. Women love boobs, men love boobs. It's just, it's a nice thing to look at.
It is.
But I feel like there's a fine line between the over-sexualization of this body part and then the confidence that it brings us as women.
Yeah.
Yes,
How do
for sure.
we teeter that line? How do we take ownership and stay away from that over-sexualization?
I think we just have to flaunt them. Like flaunt them and not let anybody tell you otherwise. Like you have to hide them or you have to show them more. I think it's just up to you and how you want to feel confident.
Right.
Kind of got to be unapologetic about yourself because after all, it's part of yourself. So
True.
Yeah.
love yourself through and through.
I think breasts are just, they're a part of what makes women feminine, right? And it's so much a part of your identity and your children and so many other things, cosmetic but functional. And so it is probably taking some ownership of that and reclaiming your right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I was raised by parents who were like, oh, you got them, you better flaunt them, like
Yeah.
you're beautiful. And so like, that's just how I've always lived. There's no denying that people treat me a certain way or look at me a certain way because of them, because I wear them out as I am today. But it is sometimes uncomfortable. Like there are times where I'm like, oh, you are really staring at me. You're taking
When
photos
people
of
make
me
it
at a wedding.
awkward. And,
And
yeah.
I just don't know how to combat that because they're just weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because people can see it through, or like they can see it through anything, especially once you reach a certain size of breast. And then it's like
There's no
people
hiding it.
That's true.
Like no matter what you wear, they're gonna see it,
They're
and
out.
you're just like, all right, this is just who I am.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Right?
I think some about it though is just claiming it as your own and that no one gets to tell you anything about it.
Right.
You know, and so women get to make decisions about it for themselves, however they want to be, and no one can comment on what that says about you as a person.
Right.
Yeah.
That confidence, that's coming from you.
Yeah.
All right, Julissa, I want to dive into boob tube because you guys are all about the boobs.
Yes, all things breast.
Why did you guys take this on? What is the purpose of boob tube?
Okay, so my co-host is not present, Chantel. We came together because I have Houston's only mobile bra store that is Lifting Cups D and Up, and she has a full buzz sports bra line. So we joined forces and we created Boob Tube because we felt like people weren't talking about breast enough, and those who were people who did not possess breast. So we felt like, you know, we needed to have breast while we had these conversations about all things breast. So that's how we came up with Boob Tube.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right,
cute.
Dr. Mohan, I got to know about you and how you decided you were going to become the breast doc. There's so many ways you could have gone. And
Yeah,
you decided
so true.
boobs are mine.
Yeah. You know, it's a good point. I mean, I think I always wanted to be a surgeon, and I think being able to uplift women just really spoke to me. And there's something about breasts, implants, whatever you want to say, that create women's identity and femininity. And I think just being able to partner with women to give them that confidence and sense of self was just so empowering to me that I get to do that. So just kind of, you know, life happens by nature, and it's been an amazing, amazing gift.
Oh yeah, I mean, if y'all have not followed her on social media,
I
y'all must, because she's all about the boobs and empowering and informing us about them. Absolutely.
And we have a good time.
Yeah. Can I add the importance of uplifting the women, like you said?
Yeah.
That's literally the name of my business, which is uplifting.
Yeah.
Because you really have to do that, and it's inside and outside.
Totally.
So, and I always ask, like, my intention is to boost the confidence from wherever it's at. Like, whether it's low or high, we can boost it some more.
Agreed.
Yeah. So I like
awesome.
that.
What are we seeing with our friends and those who are having the struggle with their boobs and understanding that their bodies are how they are, and potentially if they can afford to go get a surgery, they can, but like be happy, be confident. How do we engage in those conversations?
I don't know. That's a hard one because everybody has a different view of themselves.
Right.
So some people think that their boobs should be bigger or their boobs should be smaller when you think they're beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of, it's a mental thing, really.
Yeah.
That's it, of course, in my personal experience.
Right.
I feel like you just have to encourage your friends, like have those courageous conversations.
Yeah.
But make sure you're encouraging them to love themselves. And I mean, our bodies are going to change forever, and that's just a point. That's just a part of life.
women.
So yeah, just embrace it. Embrace the boobs you have today and the ones you have tomorrow and the days after that.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
Because they're all beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think it's true, it's inclusivity, like you said. It's also like all your stages of life from when you're younger, and then women have children, and that's going to change things. They go through menopause.
Breastfeeding.
And I think if you can be inclusive of accepting that whatever version of beautiful is there, it's just about how people feel.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, well, I do want to talk about the pleasure we experience in our boobs if y'all are down to talk about it. So you stay right there. When we come back, we're going to talk about how it feels good to play with them. You stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been having the breast conversation about breasts. We've got Dr. Mohan, we've got Jaleesa, and we've got Veronica. All right, we've discussed the confidence that boobs bring us and how we take ownership of them and screw the sexualization that others put upon them. But now I want to talk about the pleasure that we experience with them. I gotta know, Dr. Mohan, do we have that many nerve endings?
Yeah, hundreds and hundreds. The breast itself is served by like 4 regions of our spine to provide all those different nerve endings there. And then you have your areola nipple region, which is the most erogenous, as people may know, but that's because of all those nerve endings that exist there.
What?
Yeah.
I know, who would have known?
I know. Yeah, I didn't know about the connection to the spine. So that's where Chills Up the Spine came from.
There you go. Yeah, I guess it's true.
Yeah, for me, it's like if my breasts are not being played with while we intimate, then something's lacking. Unless it's a quickie, right? Like then I get it. But other than that, like, come on, they got to be played with.
Yeah.
What are your opinions about boob play?
I mean, even like I'm with you on that because I'm like, why are we here? If that's what we're doing, and even in quickie, I mean, get at least a pinch, a graze. Let me know that you really love me or something.
Right.
Come on now. So yeah, I think that they should always be incorporated as much as possible, even in quickies.
Even in quickies, okay. Well, I'm gonna take that.
Just a little, right quick.
A touch.
Yeah, right quick. Let me know it's there.
Yeah, there are some people who can orgasm just from nipple play. I didn't realize that was a thing. Like, I don't think I could do that. Jaleesa's thinking about it. Like,
She's like, I actually have other.
It really intensifies things, you know?
It does intensify things, which is okay. And which brings me to my question for you, Dr. Mohan. Like, my breasts have changed since having a baby, since breastfeeding, and like I've gained some weight. So I know as soon as I start to lose this, and I will, don't you worry, they're gonna be a little deflated, and I might have to come see you. But I really don't want you to touch my areolas because I feel like they're so perfect.
Yeah.
And I feel like you have to cut around them and then you cut some off. Like,
So it depends on what you need, right? So you hopefully, if you don't need a lift, then we're not putting scars everywhere. If you just need a little implant
Girl, you know
or a
I'm
little
gonna need a
volume.
lift.
Come on, you don't know. I mean, we don't know.
girl, I think I'm gonna need a lift. I ain't gonna lie
But
to
I
you.
will say that, there's this idea that you're like taking off the nipple and you're putting it on the table and putting it back on. We're not doing any of that.
That sounds great.
Yes, I don't know why people think that, but we're not doing that. So even though you may have incisions, I think if you go to someone who knows what they're doing and all of this, it's obviously a risk that people talk about, right?
Yeah.
That it's very reasonable. And for most women, it doesn't actually affect sensation long term, even with a lift or even with scars around the areola.
Yeah. Am I the only mom here, or do we have another mom here?
I'm not a mom.
I'm the
I
only
am a
mom.
mom.
Okay, so what I will say, for speaking for moms out there, after breastfeeding, my boobs were no longer my husband's, and he was like, "What the like, what's going
the
on?"
kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Functional.
it was so weird for me too, because like I didn't want him touching my
Right.
boobs,
Yeah.
and I
That
loved
makes
him
sense.
touching. And so it took a long time for it, the sexual sensation to come back to them.
Yeah.
So I hope that it's just a short amount of time between
Correct.
surgery
Correct.
that it comes back, because
But that comes back
Feel
to,
like I need
there's
that.
so many nerve endings that actually that your body's amazing and how it can recover and incorporate, because you do have so many nerve endings that's why it's not long-term affected typically.
Is it a mental thing too? In
It
this
may
case?
be. I mean, I think it's just a fear, right?
Okay.
Because it is such an important part of people's lifestyle and experience.
Because I feel like it is a transition. Like if you're used to a man on them, and then it's like, oh, now I have to nourish my
It's a
child.
baby.
Yeah.
So then it's like more innocent, you know? So
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like a mental block or something
Like a dual
that
yeah.
comes into play.
Yeah.
potentially.
That does make sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I can't go back there. It's a dark time. It's been a couple
But
years.
I think that's the thing though, is like so much of it is like reclaiming your own identity, that you get your breasts back and they're yours, not your babies.
yeah,
You know?
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine.
All right, but you and Jaleesa have brought some show and tell. So coming up next, I do want you guys to show them off. So you stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about boobies. We've got my girl, the breast doc. We've got the breast friend, and we got the breastie. All right, you've brought some show and tell.
Mm-hmm.
What are these? Are I assume implants?
All
that,
implants, silicone implants that we can use for breast augmentation. So say you just want a little bit of extra volume, a little extra pep in your step after babies. So implants are really great at adding volume and feeling natural. So they feel like an actual breast.
Okay, this feels yeah
pretty similar, right? Yeah.
Like
so-
I've been here before.
Yeah, so some people, they want
Yeah.
that natural feel. Some people want like a rounder
Oh, wow.
feel.
Yeah.
So, there's all sorts of things, all shapes
like a
and
squish ball.
sizes. Yeah, that you have
This is
available.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
wanna,
slime,
play
like
with this.
playing with
Yeah, it's like a stress ball. You keep it on your
You suddenly
night.
turn
You can
into
keep
a
it on your
man.
night table.
Yes.
This is when you can
Incorporate
take it
that
out
in
of-
your game, maybe.
So
Rub the
okay, what are your feelings on like fat
Transfer. Yeah, so I think fat transfer is like it's your own fat, right? So I think it can be a great way to add some volume. I don't think that it's very great at creating shape. You see these sitting right here, they're very round. So if you're talking about, I'm deflated, I had a baby, my breasts have changed. So if you need a little bit more support and shape, fat's not good for that. It's just kind of a squishy blob.
Right.
So that's where implants are really beneficial. And you can see people get worried about feel, but I mean, these feel
Actually,
Yeah.
feels
like your breast.
Yeah.
They do.
So implants have come a long way, over
Yeah.
so many decades, that the technology is incredible.
Well, my boobs are fine right now, but I think in like a couple of years, Dr. Mohan, I'm probably gonna have to come see you, boo.
We'll be here, girl.
Yeah. I mean, what do you normally give women post
Babies. So women post babies, they need a little extra help, like you're saying sometimes. Just having a normal silicone implant, they need a little bit more roundness, a little extra fill, because they want to have that sexy roundness when they're wearing a dress. When they're wearing that cute little top that you're wearing right now, they don't want a sunken slope, you
Yeah.
know? So we can use implants, and I use implants that are extra filled or a little rounder or a higher profile to really give them that,
that
sexiness
look?
back. The sexiness back. So that's typically my go-to.
Okay. All right. You already know my call's coming. All right. So talking about the sexiness back on the
Okay.
boob tube, you guys have created Boob Tube After Dark, which is
Yes.
a game. Tell me about it.
So we talk about all things breast, but of course we can't talk about breast without mentioning the sexual aspect of them. So we realized that a lot of women are not incorporating breasts into their sexcapades, and they just really needed to stop neglecting them. And we realized some women might not really know how to incorporate them, and men too, of course. But we wanted to make sure that they had nice creative ways to bring them to the bedroom in the intimate settings.
All right. So I've got
Good
some cards
insight.
here.
Yeah.
So how would I be using these cards? Is it just-
So here we have some suggested ways to play. Of course, you can do it on date night. It says pull 3 cards for the nightcap.
Yep,
That,
the
you know,
nightcap.
that was so fitting.
I pulled 4 cards, but
Oh, yeah, that's right. You know, this is your nightcap. You can do whatever you want. You have choose a card or cards reflecting what you want to happen to your partner's boob and give them to your partner. So it can be, you know, the man can pull out some cards like, hey, this is what I'm on tonight. This is what I want to do to you. And a woman could be like, this is what I want to happen to me tonight. And she could pull her cards. And, you know, we just want you to have fun with it and have
an adventure with the breasts.
Yeah, have a
All right,
bad
I
time.
pulled a few, so
play
let's
the
take a
game.
look. Okay, this is interesting. Role play. Pretend you're at a doctor's visit or a checkup. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's
I'm gonna have to see if that's happening in my office.
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna come visit you.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to know your opinions on this. Motorboat the boobs. How do y'all feel about motorboating?
I think it's for the men.
It's definitely
It's
for the
definitely
men.
dude
for the
thing.
partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for me. Make a boob platter by decorating them with food.
Sex in the City.
Yeah,
The
sushi on there. Yeah.
Samantha did get up though, because
She
he
did.
took way too damn long.
She
true.
did.
She ate
But she
it.
looked great.
She did look great. Time to pull out the nipple clamps.
That's
Listen,
scary.
I feel like it is scary. Like I love nipple play, and I have not brought out the nipple clamps.
Some people like a little pleasure with their pain, or pain with their pleasure.
That's true.
Pleasure and pain.
It's all nerves.
It's all
All
nerves.
nerves.
All the
All
hundreds
goes
and
together
hundreds.
somehow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on and talking about the boobs.
Of
All
course.
right. This is the best day ever.
Yes.
All right, coming up next, I'm actually heading to Top Drawer, where I'm going for a perfect bra fitting. Apparently, she can size me up just by looking at me. We'll see. Stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. As promised, I came to Top Drawer because, listen, we don't give boobs the proper attention, right? We don't get them the proper bra most of the time. Last time I was here for Valentine's Day, I came in with the 36 double D. They don't even have double D, and I don't remember what Frida sized me up in. I'm gonna say probably, hey girl.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right, so we need a fitting today.
Yes. Girl.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember last time I fitted you for 32G, but I think we might have a little size change. Yeah.
32G?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
G.
it's been a while, and I have gained some weight, so I know
Okay.
I've changed.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
I'm probably in a 36
Yeah.
triple D right now.
Okay. I think we could maybe improve on that a little bit.
Definitely. I
But
got
you know
a
what?
Target.
Yeah, last time you were here, you were in a little bit more form-fitted dress. I think I need to get you in a fitting room. Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right, you
Get
ready?
the perfect fit.
Okay.
All right, we're in the fitting room, and I'm bearing it all.
Okay.
All right, so this is my everyday bra. As you
Okay.
can see, I've been
Yeah.
wearing it for a few days now.
Okay, so can you tell me about what kind of things you like, don't like about it?
It's easy to put on. I
Okay.
know it covers what
Right.
it needs to cover. It takes in the side boobage
Okay,
because I
perfect.
got side boobage.
Gotcha.
And it's a nice neutral color.
So first thing I'm seeing here is generally with your band, it's in the right place. We like it nice and low, but it's not tight enough. So it's not really giving you the proper hold.
No.
When I pull it in a little, I can see it going into your body. But now we have to address the issue of cup. So we have a band that's a little too big, and then we actually need a little bit more cup for coverage, especially if you're looking for something full coverage for your t-shirts.
Okay.
But what I can see is that this area here, you're almost about to come out of the cup,
Yeah, you can
right?
see it on the
So
side.
I need a little bit more security, and I actually need the wire to really go under your breast tissue up here. That's about where
Are
the
there
bra
bras
should be
that actually
fitting.
do that? Because
Yes.
they never sit there.
Yes, and again, that's indicative to me that the band needs to be a little tighter.
Alrighty,
All right.
let's see what she brings.
The differences I can see is now the band is nice and snug. I
feel it.
can't pull it out too much, and I have you on the outermost hook. So if it stretches, then you'll still get the support as you're bringing it in. Also, we talked a lot about that underwire. Now this is directly under the breast tissue, and I've given you more coverage here to keep all that side boob
Side
in,
boobs.
but giving you more lift.
Okay, I mean, you haven't even adjusted it, and I love it. Yes. It's
I knew
sexy,
you would.
it's a deeper plunge, and if you can see the bra, the lace is there.
Yes, this is so Carolina. I love it.
Yeah, okay, I'm taking this one and that first one. All right, let's go check out. You gotta check out the store. I mean, the store is gorgeous, but like, get out. Okay. All right. I got the perfect fit for my girl Frida.
All right, Carolina, do you want to know your size?
Yes.
You'll never guess.
No?
No.
Actually, I'm not gonna try and guess. You at home try and guess. Go to our social media, see if you can figure out what size I am. And I still actually don't know what size, so you're gonna have
That's
to tell
okay,
me.
that's my job.
All right. Well, I love Top Drawer. You know, they got the, baby, hold on, what is that? And y'all
Just a little
got swimwear too?
We do.
Okay, hold on, just
Yeah.
take this to the
Okay, girl.
counter. I'm gonna
All right, I
shop
gotcha.
a little bit more. Listen, you take care of them boobies, okay? Make sure you love them, you pleasure them, and you get the right fit. All right, top or down. Oh, and go guess my size. I'm gonna go find out what my size is.
Missed out on the Nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because we gotta keep the conversation flowing.
If you're confident in yourself, who can stop you?
Ding dong, titties.
We're not looking to hurt the sisters.
Gotcha.
But you know, we can get men pretty big.
Why do I look disgusting?
No,
Also, fellas, the toy is not your enemy, it's your teammate.
Tag it in.
join us weeknights on Fox 26 at 11:30 and anytime on Fox Soul.